The Xiaomi 15 Ultra is a photography phone first. It can most likely replace your point and shoot cameras, but definitely not the bigger cameras yet. Having that 1-inch main sensor and now even with the better telephoto periscope lens makes this whole system even better. And that's the direction I want to see with phones. But sadly, I live in the States and the phones here, the camera hardware isn't as good as the ones outside of the States, since it's very telling when the telephoto sensor size on the Xiaomi 15 Ultra is the same size as a lot of flagship phones' main cameras. Now, the regular consumers probably don't even care about this, or they probably can't see the quality differences between the photos. But if you're looking at an Ultra phone outside of the States, most likely you would know a thing or two about cameras or photography or even videography. But if you live in the States like me, we don't have those options, and most likely we don't even know these other phones exist. But lucky for me, I can say the Xiaomi 15 Ultra is one of my favorite phones to use for photography, period. Is it perfect for me? No, not yet, but it is getting really close. I do like the Leica authentic color profile since it does give you that moody aesthetic look and is very different from other phones. The pictures are very contrasty and the highlights can be a little bit too hot for me, so usually I would bring it down by a little bit, so I'll keep my EV levels around -3 or -7. Now, I know not everyone likes this more contrastier look, so I hope that they can add a more natural color profile in the future phones or even a future update. Because sometimes when you're in a more darker situations and just having that contrastier look make a lot of pictures darker than what you wanted. And that doesn't mean that the picture looks bad, it's more like when you want to show this picture to a friend or family, they probably think it's just too dark. In terms of the camera quality overall, it's very good, especially with the telephoto lens and that whole experience. Being able to zoom in and not lose that much quality and having that nice natural background blur without using portrait mode, the photos really looks like it's from a camera. On top of that, having the photography kit does make you feel like you're using an actual camera that could just fit in your pocket. Now, the biggest struggle for a lot of these cameras is low light, obviously, and from my experience with this camera, for the most part, it's good, but sometimes it does randomly switch back and forth from the telephoto to the periscope telephoto, and this is in the regular photo mode in auto. So it can struggle a little bit when it's trying to get in focus, but when it hits, it looks very clean. So I think if they improve the focusing speed during the low light situations, that would make the whole experience a lot better. Now for video, it's usually a struggle for a lot of other Android phones, but for this one, it's no slouch either. You do get a lot of good background blur from the main and the telephoto, but because you do get so much background blur, it does get a little bit too much, or when you do close to certain things, half of it could be in focus and the other half is pretty much out of focus. That could be a big struggle for phone cameras since a lot of things are auto. You can't really lower the f-stop quickly like you could in an actual camera to get more things in focus. But in general, shooting video for social media like IG Reels and TikTok, it's more than enough. And then you're able to shoot 4K 60 in log. Of course, shooting out in daytime, that's gonna look the best. But during nighttime, obviously like a lot of phones out there, you're gonna see a lot more quality degradation. So overall, if you want a good camera phone, then the Xiaomi 15 Ultra is one of the best out there right now. And then having the option to get a photography kit clearly tells you that this is a photography phone first. Now, I would say I'm not the biggest fan of the red and black color profile, especially when my phone is a silver chrome edition where it looks like a camera already. So I wish the kit matches that aesthetics of that version of the phone. But I can say that if I were to go on vacation, then yeah, this phone can actually do most of the work. And once you know that the restrictions it has and where it doesn't perform the best, then you can find ways to work around it. The Xiaomi 15 Ultra can replace the point and shoot cameras for some people, and it is getting closer to those bigger SLR cameras, and with the progression of these cameras getting better and better, one day it can match or even replace those bigger cameras. But definitely not anytime soon. For now, if you're looking for a phone that has one of the best cameras out there right now, then I would definitely recommend the Xiaomi 15 Ultra.